Yes, yes, yes! What is happening? Happy Friday. I feel like I'm saying happy Friday quicker and quicker and quicker. It feels like it's coming round fast and furious. So, I hope you're really good. I hope you're ready for the weekend. I hope you've had a good week. Constructive, moving you forwards. This is going to be show number 375. And today we're going to talk about 10 things I think you can do, okay, that could save, alter, or change the direction of your life and the way it's going. In fact, I've actually only got 9 for you. The 10th is something that you'll need to do. Okay, let's get into it. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Boardman, and if you are coming through, then please do let me know by hitting the love heart button, by commenting how your week has been, and then sharing this with just one person. Share it with one person. What I want you to do is tag someone that you think might need to hear this in the comments below. So just tag your mate who is struggling, or tag a family member, or share it with someone that you know. I'd really appreciate it. And it would help us grow the show, right? What we're trying to do is get as many men into this community as possible. So I want to help them. All right, so let's go through this top 10. These are things that I think, like, there's nothing fancy in here, right? These are 10 things that I think we should be doing on a day-to-day basis anyway. So the first one is sort your nutrition out. So one of the things I am becoming more and more conscious about as I get older is the need to make sure that I'm eating well, not eating foods that are going to raise my cholesterol, fatty foods, making better choices. And I think it's something that we all should be doing. I'm definitely making sure I'm taking more supplements as well. I'm just trying to do as much as I can to keep myself on the planet longer, right? Having a little bit of self-respect for my body internally. And not justifying me eating a load of rubbish because I'm training, like currently I'm training anywhere between sort of 6 and 10 hours a week. So because I train that amount of time, I just think to myself, oh, do you know what, I just had that cake, or I just had that chocolate. And one of the things I really think, if we're going to have a bit of longevity in this life, is making sure that we're taking care of our internals, right? So making sure we are making sure that we're on top of it, right? That nutrition. Number 2, communicate with your wife and your kids. Okay, I often believe that if we are married or in a partnership or we have a family, if we didn't have them in our lives, okay, we wouldn't really have a life. I know that without my kids, as much as I moan about them, and my wife, who it can be a real nag sometimes, but then I can be a real knobber sometimes. If we're not communicating, understanding those our family and our people, just remember that we don't really have much of a life without them, and making sure that we keep them around for as long as possible and we connect with those people for as long as possible is so important. I know that my life without any of them wouldn't really be a fulfilling life. So I've got to really make sure that I'm investing time, energy and focus into them and nurturing those relationships and building those relationships. You know, and I think it's really important. It is part and parcel of saving your own life, right? Making sure that you nurture those relationships. I think it's like really, really important. Number 3, you are no good to anybody if you have a stroke or a heart attack. Okay, I'm just going to say that one again. You are no good to anybody if you have a stroke or a heart attack. So number 3 is slow down. Just like take a knee, take a deep breath, ask yourself, is it worth the frantic nature that you're going through, the stress, the pressure? It's not. Because just like number 2, You need they all need you around. You are no good. You cannot be the leader to your family and your children if you have a heart attack or a stroke because you're not slowing down. Dude, you've got to make sure that you are on top of your game mentally and emotionally as well as physically. So trying to slow down is absolutely essential. It's an essential part of your development, right? Okay, number 4. Do me a favour, do you a favour, do your family a favour, and stop hating on yourself, alright? Continuously hating yourself all of the time, not good enough. Nah, I'm not good enough. Like, they deserve better than me. I can never do that. I always do it awful. Like, your narrative in your head is always so negative to yourself over and over and over and over and over again that you can't ever feel happiness. You will never feel happy or content if you continuously keep hating on yourself over and over again. Alright, so number 4 is stop hating yourself. Okay. And number 5 is stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop sulking. Stop the pity. Stop the pity statements. Stop the self-negative statements. Like, you have everything you probably want. And if you're breathing, you're on top of that, right? Okay, it's absolutely key here, right? That you stop feeling sorry for yourself. Because the minute you stop feeling sorry for yourself, you start to do stuff for yourself. You start to have a little bit of self-pride, self-respect, be on top of your game. Okay, and I think if we're ever going to move forwards, okay, you really have to be in a great mindset. So how we do that is by feeling more proud of ourselves. Is by waking up and recognizing the things that we're doing. That's that self-reflection state, right? Number 6 is confront where you are. Okay, confront where and who you are right now. Who and where you are right now is not that final. It's not that final product. It's not that final individual. Okay, and I think you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be brutal with yourself in some respects, but not to the point where you're beating yourself up or hating on yourself. It's just confronting the situation. And a lot of people bury their heads for too long. They sit on the fence, right? Like, for example, like, people will waste years pretending that something isn't happening, and then mask it, and you end up masking it, and then you wake up in 2 years' time, and then it's affected your relationship so much that your wife doesn't want anything to do with it, or you've not confronted it for so long that your business will crumble. And then suddenly, before you know it, you've got nothing. So confront where you are. Stop hating on others. It's too easy to judge. Okay, it's so easy to judge other people. It's so easy to project your own shortcomings and your own insecurities on other people. You might not think that you do it, but I reckon that you'll probably find that you do at times. Maybe you don't. But we've got to stop hating on others. We've got to check in with ourselves, right? And this kind of links in with like confronting who you are and where you're at. If you're hating on others all the time, no one's going to want to know you. No one's going to like you. You're not going to like yourself even more by doing it. So let's not judge too quickly. Number 8, stop blaming everyone else for what's happening to you. Extreme ownership is that everything comes back to you. Everything. And I have to look at this. If the way that we brought our kids up is a direct reflection of the way that we parented, it's not their fault the way they are. It's yours. You have to take responsibility for that. Do you know what I mean? If you are 3 stone overweight, that's your responsibility. That's you. It comes back to how you represent your life and the standards that you have and the way that you see your life. Okay, so that's down to you. Okay, so stop blaming everyone else and take responsibility. Okay, number 9, quit the booze. Like, I don't drink a lot anyway anymore. Like I don't even drink on Fridays anymore. But if you're drinking excessively to cope, it's got to stop. It's not gonna serve you well. You're not gonna be here forever. It's not leading you or your family. And it's time for you to kind of like confront that. Okay. And then number 10 is yours. It's the one thing that you would add to this list. What would you add to this list? And I want you to add that number one thing in the comments below. Okay, what is your number 10? And it'll be really interesting to see what that is. Before you go off and get on with your day, when this video finishes, stick it in the comments. I want to see what your number 10 is. Put number 10, boom, and whatever it might be. All right, lads, have an amazing weekend. I hope you have a great time, whatever it is that you're doing. I'm on a 2-day business experience. I've got about 10 business owners coming down for the next 2 days, and we're going to try and help them become the asset of their business, right? So have an amazing time, and I will see you Monday, ready to go.